Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Positive Creator YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Today we've got a real special video for you. This is going to be part one of a two-part series that I'm going to do in regards to a real interesting topic that someone brought up for me, and I felt it was really important that we do cover it, but also there's two really strong angles and two real important things that I need to discuss with you, but I didn't feel that it could be done in one video, so I'm going to separate it. I'm going to do it over a two-part series for you, and hopefully that will sort of explain and help the people who it will benefit one side to the other. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. As I say, if you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell and leave any comments if you wish. So yeah, let's get straight into part one of our great video. Hello everybody, and welcome back. Yes, today we're going to be talking about 11 ways to be more patient in life. We're going to be talking about 11 different ways that we can focus our efforts, focus how we sort of control ourselves, our mindset and our thoughts, into channel them into the most positive and most effective ways to be more patient in life. Yes, I'm talking about this because life is so hectic, life is so busy. You know, we have so many things going on. It could be a busy work schedule, it could be a busy home life schedule, it could be, you know, you're inundated with school work, college work, university work. You know, there's lots of things that we're always rushing around, and it's very hard for us to be patient. And it does have different aspects on our life and how it affects our mental state and how it affects us making the decisions we make in our lives. So yes, let's start by looking at some points in which we can improve that, focus on it, and make it a little bit better just for every day. Okay, so the first little aspect I think that is going to really help you out is learning to wait for things on purpose. Yes, how does that work? And probably, you know, I can hear you ask. Now, waiting for things on purpose is one of the things that you can train yourself and hone yourself into developing a little bit of patience. Now, I can sometimes be very impatient, and sometimes, you know, if you're waiting in a queue, if you're waiting for an order or waiting for something to arrive or be delivered, or waiting on an important email, you know, we can get very agitated. It can get our mindset and our ability to sort of concentrate a little bit muddled up. So learning to wait on purpose for things, like for instance waiting in a queue where you find yourself starting to get agitated and thinking, oh god, I hate queues, which is, you know, this is a British thing. I definitely think something that our British people can relate to. I am not sure if you guys from around the world will relate to, but waiting in queues, when you feel yourself starting to get a little bit agitated, think, right, this is one of those opportunities that I can use this to help develop my patience. Think, yes, you know, somebody may be gabbing on the till, somebody may be talking a lot in front of you, or, you know, dawdling on the phone or whatever, but you've got to learn that within yourself. You've got to be patient. Don't react. Don't, you know, shout out the first thing that's on your mind. Learn to understand that being patient is a virtue. It doesn't come naturally to everybody. Some people are naturally patient people, but, you know, I'm not one of those people. I can be very impatient, but I've also learned over time that being patient, finding that patience in myself, allows me to become much calmer and, you know, make the best of a situation. Because, you know, you could be stuck in traffic, you could be stuck in anything, but learning to harness that ability to not react, not to get angry, and not to, you know, make the usual thing of being frustrated, is something that's going to be tough, but it's definitely something that really can help you. So you just need to learn to just gather them feelings, draw it back into yourself, and allow yourself to be that little bit more patient, but also make it into one of your strengths. Okay, another one is exploring your triggers. Now this is such a good one to talk about. What is it that gets you riled up? What is it that really annoys you? What is it that just literally, as soon as it happens, bang, you go from 0 to 100 immediately. You're raging, you're angry, you're shouting, you get really, really annoyed at the situation. Learning your triggers, learning the things that really agitate you and how to manage them best is such an important thing to getting and learning patience and control in your life. You know, some people get really agitated if someone pulls out in front of them in a car. Someone gets really agitated if, you know, someone's waiting in a queue And there's lots of different things that will trigger you, lots of different things. Somebody might say something, somebody might do something, but it's important to find out what these things are, know what your triggers are, and learn how to deal with them. If you do find that something, and I'll take an example, like for instance, somebody pulls out in front of you in a car, yes, that really annoys you, or doesn't use their indicator when they're turning, that can trigger you off to be really angry. And then what the knock-on effect that can be is that you're so angry at this person, you're shouting, you're beeping your horn, you're angry, you're like, oh, use your signals, I'm not a mind reader. But then for that split second, you might take your eye off the road, you might not concentrate, or you might lose concentration on what you're doing, and that could then cause potentially a crash or something. Now, this is what the point I'm getting at, is that find the triggers and the causality of being triggered by something. If you're triggered, if you're angry, you might react and say something that you didn't mean, you might do something that you did not want to do, and these are the things that you need to control. Knowing your triggers, controlling your triggers, and finding ways to deal with that is so important. You need to understand, you need to look at yourself and see the things that annoy you the most, but also look at ways how you can stop being annoyed at them, or going from 100 back down to 0 again in an effective manner. It could be counting to 10, it could be taking a deep breath, it could be a fidget spinner or something like that, something that just takes you out of that moment, that aggression, that frustration, that thing that's triggered you, and brings you back into your own world, back into yourself, and you allow yourself to go, no, I'm not going to let that trigger me. I'm going to do the right thing. This is what I'm better than this. I don't need that person to rile me up. I'm better than this. And these are things you can look at. Really good tip, huge tip for you to get it right, especially if you are somebody who gets triggered very easily. Okay. Another factor is look at the tasks that you've got in your life and try and put the unimportant things to the side. Now, I find there's different ways you can do this. There's different little tasks that I've learned throughout life, little tips I've picked up, little things that can help with putting those really unimportant things to one side and only concentrating on the things that are important to you. Now, it could be that you have 10 jobs to do, for instance, on your day off, or 10 things you need to do in your working day, and it's about prioritising what the most important things are. Now, you can put them into for something very simple, like a traffic light system. Now, this is something that I definitely really implore you to do. It's something that's a really simple method but works an absolute treat. Have a red, amber and green scale. Red being the most important things that have to be completed that day. Amber are important things that have to be completed but are not the first thing that needs to be completed. And the green tasks are things that can wait for another day or another time if you've got other tasks on. So yes, look at how you can break down those tasks you've got to do, the things, the important things, the priorities in your life, and putting them in the right order, that the things that aren't that important can wait. Things that aren't vital to your working day, your schedule, your plans. Make sure that you do get it right, and make sure that you're hitting those right points when you need to. Get the important things done. The less important things, but still important things, make sure that you don't forget about them either. Or the green points that can wait for when you have less important things on your plate and you can get them done. Because it is so easy to do. We just need to maybe prioritise, make post-it notes, make little notes just to say, right, okay, this is my red tasks, this is my amber tasks, and these are my green tasks. What am I going to do today, and how am I going to mix that, and how am I going to most effectively, out of all them tasks, use the right time to control it. It is really important, and I tell you now, it works a treat. You definitely should try it. Practicing mindfulness. It's something that is really important to think about, is that having the calmness of mind, having the right sort of mentality, not panicking in a situation, not being angry at a situation, not letting it get the most of you. This is where being mindful is so important, is that we all have lots of tasks to do. We're all very busy. We all have things that we'd like to complete, places we've got to go, people we've got to see. But being mindful of how that affects us, how that has an effect on our physical nature, our well-being, our health, our mental health. It's so important that we do get this balance right, we understand what it is that it takes to get it right, that what it works best for us, because it doesn't always work 100% of the time. So sometimes you have to get it right. You need to find that right state of mind that's going to allow you to move forward, but also with the right frame of mind. So analysing, having a look and having a think about all the things that can really work for you is so important. Are you the type of person who, lets things sit on the mind, dwells on the past, sits on regrets? Don't be that type of person. Try and sort of let go of some of that baggage, let go of that emotional burden, and allow yourself to clear your mind and be thoughtful of what the tasks are that really are important to you, not the things that you've done in the past or the things that you wish you'd done differently. Don't hold on to that. Be positive, have the right frame of mind, look forward, don't look back. Now this one is one that I think definitely is very personal to me, because on my journey through life, this has been important to me. Learning to respond, not to react. Now, this is something I've learned to do as I've got older, and I've looked back of when I was younger and how things used to be, how I used to react, how things used to bug me, and how I would react in a situation. Now, I'll use an example. For instance, when I was younger, when I sort of first started work, I was working in retail at the time, and like a customer would say something, to me, something aggressive or something angry to me, and the first thing I'd do is I'd open my mouth. Instead of thinking about what I was going to say, I'd shout my mouth off. I'd say things, I'd get instantly angry, I'd go right on the defensive, I'd puff my chest out, and it's the wrong way to react. And as time's gone by, I've looked back at that person I was, I'm looking back at who I was, and this is something you need to do, is look back and think, am I the type of person who reacts before thinking about giving an answer? Is it something that, is impeded me? Is it something that I find hard to shake? Because one of the things that I've developed in my life now is the ability to think before I speak. It is such an important thing. Instead of reacting, if somebody's being aggressive to you, or swearing at you in a situation, or being hostile to you, the first thing you want to do is obviously be defensive. But also, now with time, now with patience, I've learned to say, why are you being so angry? Why are you reacting this way? I'm sorry you feel this way. How can I help you? And this is one of the things that's made me better at my job, better at things I do in life, better at my mindset, my physicality, everything. It's made such a difference. So look at how you react to things. Do you just shout out the first thing that comes into your mind because you're angry? Or do you stop and take stock and answer it the right way? Because if you do get it right, you'll always win that argument. If someone's being aggressive and you're being calm, they will get nowhere with you. They'll end up giving up because they're not getting the response. If someone's being angry to you, they want a response from you. If they shout at you, they want you to shout back. But if you're the type of person who says, you don't need to shout, why are you being so angry? You need to calm down or I'll refuse to speak to you. Being that person, you will always win your battles. You will always get it right. So have a think how you can control your mind, how you control your emotions, because it is all about emotions, and get it right, and maybe just taking it down a notch, because trust me, it works unbelievably well, especially as you get into your older age and you learn that being impetuous, being emotional is not always the best way to sort a situation out. So yeah, food for thought. Another quick task that you can do is devote an entire day to being patient. Now, yes, that's a tough one. Who has a whole day to be patient with our busy lives, our busy schedules, all the things that's going on? Who's got time to devote a whole day to being patient? The answer is you. Everybody has the time to be patient. We're all dealt with things as soon as we get up in the morning. Our alarm goes off. We might slept through our alarm. The kids aren't getting ready for school quick enough. Our bus is late. We're late for work. Our boss is being angry. We haven't got something done on time. We're running out of time to finish an assignment, to finish something like that. So we all have the time in our day to be patient. Be patient in the fact that yes, we may have slept in. So what are we going to do now? This is the time we've got. Let's make best of it. You've just woke up. The kids are screaming. The kids aren't getting ready. They're fighting. Being patient. Right, that's enough, kids. We've had our little rants. We've had our little fights. Get ready. Have your breakfast. get things sorted. We haven't got time for this. Let's make it do it the right way and educate yourself. The bus is late. Right, what do? We're angry, we're annoyed. Sometimes we have to just message our employer or whoever we're going to and say, listen, I've just missed my bus. I possibly might be 5 to 10 minutes late. It's not something I do all the time, but I want to make you aware. So straight away, you've took away that hostility and that potential problem when you get to work. You're not getting a task done in work. You're getting frustrated. You're not getting the assignment done. You're running out of time. Learn the ability to just take a step back, take a breath, allow yourself to center yourself and think, right, yes, I haven't done this, or I've not just on time, or I've not put enough into this task that I should have done. So I need to now reevaluate the situation and learn how to do this more calm and put the brains that you've got to good use instead of panicking and getting it wrong or even making mistakes. So having the patience, making a day to have that will allow you to sleep better. It allows you to go to bed and not carry the thoughts of all these troubles and all these problems on your mind. Now, yes, we all have problems. We will always take things to bed, but it can just make it that little bit easier. Maybe just one less thing to worry about, 10 less things to worry about. That might help you just get to sleep at night. So having a whole day devoted to peace and patience, you know what? It might just change your outlook on life. It might change how you decide to do things. Practicing to pause before you speak. Now, this is a really good tool that will help you come up with the right answers. Now, one of the things that this really benefits you in is, for instance, in an interview. Now, obviously, when you're in an interview, you get fired questions. If you're in a situation where, for instance, you've got to present something to your boss or your area manager or somebody, and you've got to give these answers and you've got to give them right. Pausing before you talk is so important, because once you start talking about something, if you're not 100% confident about what you're about to say, you'll stumble, you'll fall, you'll trip up. So it is so important that you try and get stock of what it is you're trying to say. Have a little quick think about what you're going to say. Have a think about what the best answer is going to be to that before you give your answer. Now, it can't be a long pause, because obviously that can show potentially somebody that you don't know or you're searching for an answer. It just has to be enough time, that little bit, that microsecond, a bit more time to just get that answer right. Instead of saying, I think it's going to be this, maybe think, this is how I'm going to do it. Answering it in two different ways. Answering it in the positive way and the assured way. There's, yeah, I think that should be fine, or no, consider it done. Two very different things. Think about how you say it, pause, and give the best answer that best portrays how you want to do this task or pursue this, or what your intentions are with what it is you're trying to say to somebody. Trust me, it will make all the difference. Interviews is such a big one. Task and work, giving presentations, having a good think, answering it the right way, changing little words in there. Oh, it is an eye-opener. The difference between I think I can or I will, the world is yours. Using your time wisely. Yes, I have done a video recently about this in regards to how we can manage our time and don't waste our time. So this is something that we all need to look at. Is we get up in the morning, we go to work, we go to uni, we go to do whatever it is we're going to do. We come home, we eat, we have our tea, we relax, watch a bit of telly, and then we go to bed. So what have we done in that time? From when we got up to put our head on that pillow, have we made the best use of our time? Have we really done the best we can? Have we fit in everything that we wanted to fit in? Have we left tasks undone? Have we prioritised the tasks? Could we have maybe done something and a little bit differently, maybe done that task before that, or that task might help the other task? It's all about managing your time, getting that time right and using it to the right possible effectiveness. Is it time to spend time between resting, working, seeing family, seeing friends, getting things done that you might not want to do, pushing yourself out the comfort zone to get it done? So time is so important. Getting it right, making best use of your time is, it will make you successful in everything you ever do. Because if you know how to time manage, if you know how to get that balance right, it will be effective from the day you start school to the last job you're in. It will always be with you for life. So having the right frame of mind, getting that right, getting the right use of your time, and the best use of your time, you will be very successful. Relax. Take time to breathe. We've talked about a lot of things here in regards to how to be patient and how to make time and do things in our life, but it also comes down to taking a breath. Yes, we're all running around at 100 miles an hour, doing our jobs, managing our families, doing the things that we need to do in our life to earn money, to keep a roof over our house, over our head, sorry. And this is the important thing, is that you need to take time to take a breath, take stock, relax, gather your thoughts, get some of that energy back, eat the right foods, make sure that you've got a good balanced diet, get that right mentality that's going to keep you positive in your mind. Because there's so many negatives that can surround us in life, there's so many things that can stop us doing what we're doing, and we need to push that out, we need to stop that from happening, we need to expel that, and try and, when we do get a bit of downtime, when we do get a bit of time to ourselves, that we make best use of it, we push it out, we really make it work for our advantage, getting that balance right. Take a breath, stop, relax. It is sometimes easy for me to say, stop and relax. If you've got a busy life, you've got family, you come home from work, you've got your kids, you've got your family, it is hard, but you do need to find time. You need to find time. What you've got to remember is the kids will go to bed. You've got time to yourself. You get up early before the kids are awake, you've got time to yourself. You get a break during work time to yourself. There's always little bits of time you can snatch back and take stock and make best use of, to just take a breath, take that time to stop and make best use of that, just to bring your self-awareness back, your confidence back, and you're ready. As soon as you get your bum off that chair, you're good to go again. So yes, take a breath. It's very important. Get it right. Remember that how you are, your emotional state, being irritated, can also be addictive to the people around you. You've got to understand that if you're in an irritated mood, you're in a bad mood, you may want to convey these things to other people. Sometimes that can spread it like a virus. You can spread that irritation, that anger, that sort of negativity onto somebody else. And this is where you need to take stock of this, that being negative, being in a bad mood, getting out the wrong side of bed, as they say, can also have an effect on other people around you. Don't be the person that goes in and goes, oh, I can't be bothered today, oh, I wish I wasn't in here today, oh, I can't believe I'm working with this person today, I'm not really a fan of them. There's lots of different aspects that can get you riled up, get you irritated, but also you can convey that onto other people. This is where you need to stop. This is where you need to understand that sometimes what you say to other people can influence them. It can make their decision on how they're going to have their day. But you need to be one of the people, if somebody is irritated around you, if somebody is aggravated, being negative, not seeing the right, nice things, starting the day on the wrong foot, be the person to say, you know what, I'm sorry you're having that bad day, I'm sorry these things have happened to you, but you know what, I'm feeling good today, I'm not going to let this get me down, I'm going to have a great day, because you know what, I'm not going to spend my whole day doing whatever it is I'm doing in work, college, uni, whatever, being negative, being down, looking at the clock, looking at my watch all the time going, oh, is it 5 o'clock yet? It's the worst thing you can do. So stamp out that negativity. If you're somebody who's irritated, don't convey it to other people. If people around you are irritated or negative, don't take that on board. Be your own mind, be your own person, and don't fall into that rut of making it a habit of always, every time you go into work, going, oh, I can't be bothered, oh, I can't be bothered. And that is something that everyone can relate to. Everybody gets frustrated, but how you react to it and whether or not you spread that like a disease. Let positivity be your cure. And finally, the final point I'm looking at is change your story. Now, we've looked at 10 different points before now about how we can improve being patient in life, how we can time manage, how we can think before we speak, how we affect other people with our emotions and our, the things we say. But what you need to understand is this encapsulates everything. This is all about your story, your life, your journey. Are you on the right journey? If you're not on the right journey, if none of this is working for you, what are you going to do about it? You need to change your story. You need to make it right. If it's not working for you, if you find some of these points are what drags you down during the day or stops you being successful, stops you getting to where you want to be, change your story, change something, change your sleep patterns, change the time you get up. If you're not happy where you are, potentially in employment or career path you're going down, you can change this as well. It's never too late. So why not change your path, change the journey you're on, because you always have time to do it. No matter how old you get in life, you can always do something about it. It's never too late. So yeah, have a look at where you are. Are you on the right journey? If you're not, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, but you do need to improve. You do need to do something about it and make it different. So yeah, change your story, improve, have a better life. Tomorrow's too late. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Yes, this is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be following up this week. It is obviously a different focus on how to be patient, but obviously this has been a main focus about being patient in life. This is about our everyday life, our working life, our our uni life, our things that sort of can affect us daily, our emotions and different things. The second part concentrates on something a bit more personal, a bit more sort of bespoke to potentially some situations that some of us are going through at the moment. So yes, you know what, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure doing this. Yes, so don't forget to like, subscribe and comment to my videos. It really makes all the difference. Leave some nice comments on there for me, lots of thumbs up, lots of likes for me, because that really means the world to me. And don't forget to watch some of my other videos. They are linked in this video for you as well. So yes, thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Positively Craig. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.